Almost 85% of drivers still believe at least one fuel myth that slowly drains their wallet every single year. Some of these tips that friends share at work or at the gas station can quietly cost you hundreds of dollars without you noticing. One myth on this list can easily waste over $400 a year, and most people think they're being smart by doing it. Today, you're going to see 10 fuel myths you're still falling for, and what actually saves you money. And the number one myth is the most expensive mistake of them all. Let's begin now with myth number 10. Myth number 10. Filling up in the morning gets you more gas for your money. You've probably heard someone say, "Go early. The gas is colder, you get more." It sounds clever, like a little insider trick. The idea is that cold fuel is denser, so you squeeze more energy into the tank for the same price. Here's what they don't tell you. The fuel at most stations sits in large underground tanks, and those tanks stay at a pretty steady temperature all day and all night. The ground acts like a shield against hot afternoon air. According to testing and reports from agencies like the EPA, the temperature difference at the pump between early morning and midday is so tiny that the savings are basically zero over a full tank. Here's the kicker. You'll save far more money by planning your trips so you're not making extra drives just for gas. One less 10-mile round trip each week can save you more in fuel than a lifetime of chasing cold gas in the morning. But wait, if that myth sounded believable, this next one could actually damage parts under your car. Myth number 9. Topping off the tank after the pump clicks saves you money. You swipe your card, fill the tank, the handle clicks, and you still squeeze in another 30 or 40 cents to hit a round number. It feels like you're getting just a little more for the same trip. Here's what really happens inside your car. Modern vehicles have an evaporative emission system, often called EVAP, with a charcoal canister that captures fuel vapors before they escape into the air. That system is designed for vapor, not liquid. When you keep forcing fuel in after the click, extra gas can run into the lines and saturate that canister. Once it's damaged, you can see a check engine light and face a repair bill anywhere from $200 to $600, depending on the car and the shop. On top of that, the extra fuel you're trying to cram in can simply spill into the filler neck and evaporate, which means you paid for fuel that never reaches the engine. Here's the deal. When the pump clicks off, that's the system saying the tank is full and pressure is where it should be. Stopping right there protects your EVAP parts and keeps that repair money in your pocket. You'd be very much surprised by this next myth because gas stations around the country quietly profit from it every day. Myth number 8. Premium gas makes every car run better. A lot of drivers think premium means cleaner, stronger, or just plain safer for the engine, so they buy 91 or 93 octane for a car that was designed for regular. Your friend might say, "I only feed my car the good stuff," and point to the pump. Here's how it really works. Premium fuel has a higher octane rating, which means it resists knock-in engines with higher compression or special tuning. If your owner's manual for your Toyota, Honda, or similar everyday car says 87 octane is fine, pouring in 91 does not give you extra power, better mileage, or a longer engine life. AAA has tested this and found drivers throw away billions of dollars every year buying higher octane fuel for engines that don't need it at all. That can be $300 to $400 each year for one driver who fills up often. On the other hand, if you own a BMW, a performance Audi, or a turbocharged model that clearly says premium required in the manual, running regular can cause knock, reduce power, and in some cases, wear out parts over time. The smart move is simple. Match the octane the manufacturer calls for. Anything above that is just extra money left at the pump. Trust me, this next one will shock you because a lot of people get it half right and still lose money. Myth number 7. All fuel additives are a waste of cash. You've probably seen that shelf of bottles near the register that promise to clean injectors, restore power, or boost mileage. Many drivers wave them off and say, "It's all just marketing." The truth sits in the middle. Some cheap additives do very little. But there are products out there that contain strong detergents like PEA that can help clear carbon buildup in fuel injectors and intake valves. Over tens of thousands of miles, especially on direct injection engines from brands like Volkswagen, Hyundai, and others, deposits can form and cause a drop in power and fuel economy by a few percent. A $10 to $15 bottle of a reputable cleaner used as directed every few thousand miles can play a role in keeping things cleaner. Here's the kicker. Many top-tier gas brands like Costco, Chevron, and Shell already add extra detergents directly into their fuel. According to studies from AAA, these fuels keep engines cleaner than non-top-tier gas over long distances. So instead of buying a random bottle every time you fill up, you might save more by consistently filling at a top-tier station and using a cleaner only when you notice rough idle, hesitation, or after a lot of short trips. Wait until you hear about this next hidden habit, especially if you live where winters are long and cold. Myth number 6, you need to let your car idle for 10 minutes to warm up in cold weather. A lot of us grew up watching our parents start the car, walk back inside for coffee, and let it sit there humming in the driveway. Back when carburetors were common, that routine made sense. Engines needed time to settle into a steady idle or they would stall. But on most modern vehicles with fuel injection from brands like Ford, Toyota, and Nissan, the computer adjusts fuel and air as soon as the engine starts. Within about 30 seconds, the engine is ready for gentle driving. Long idling burns fuel while the car goes nowhere. At about half a gallon of fuel per hour of idling, doing this daily in winter can waste $50 to $100 across a season, depending on fuel prices. There's another layer. When a cold engine idles for long stretches, extra fuel can wash oil off the cylinder walls, which can increase wear over the long term. A better routine is to start the engine, clear the glass, buckle in, and drive off smoothly, keeping speeds and revs low for the first few miles. That warms both the engine and the transmission faster while using less fuel. If you made it here, we'll appreciate liking the video. It helps us keep putting out more simple car tips that save you money and headaches. Now let's move on to myth number 5. Myth number 5. Coasting in neutral down a hill saves fuel. It feels logical. You're rolling downhill, you slip the car into neutral, and the engine drops to idle. Many drivers think, lower revs, less fuel, easy win. Here's what actually happens behind the scenes. In most fuel-injected cars and trucks, when you're in gear and take your foot off the gas, the computer shuts the injectors off during deceleration. That means while you're rolling downhill in gear, the engine can burn almost no fuel in that moment. When you move the shifter into neutral, the engine has to stay running at idle, so it goes back to using fuel just to spin itself. So the trick that feels clever can actually use more fuel than just leaving the car in gear. There's also a safety factor. In neutral, you lose engine braking, you respond slower if you need to accelerate, and in some areas, rolling downhill in neutral is against traffic laws. Keeping the car in gear and easing off the throttle lets the computer do the work for you and helps you stay in control. Now, for a secret about staying cool that has started plenty of arguments on road trips. Myth number 4, running the AC always destroys your fuel economy, so windows down is always better. You've probably heard someone insist that the air conditioner is a gas hog and that real savers always drive with the windows down. There is a small bit of truth here at low speeds. In town at 25 to 30 miles per hour, the AC compressor can raise fuel use by 5 to 10% on some older cars. In those conditions, rolling the windows down can help save a little gas. The situation changes on the highway. With the windows open at 60 or 70 miles per hour, the air rushing into the cabin creates drag that the engine has to fight. Tests, including work cited by organizations like SAE, have shown that at higher speeds, the extra drag from open windows can use more fuel than running the AC. Here's the kicker. Many newer cars and SUVs from companies like Honda, Kia, and others have much more efficient AC systems than older models. On these vehicles, running the AC at highway speed might only cost you a few percent in fuel. So a simple guideline works well. At low city speeds, windows down is fine. On faster roads, windows up and AC on keeps you comfortable with only a small hit at the pump. You'd be very much surprised by how much this next belief has changed over the years. Myth number 3. Manual transmissions always get better mileage than automatics. For a long time, this was true. A manual gearbox often beat an automatic by 3 to 5 miles per gallon because old automatics had fewer gears and slipped more. Drivers carried that idea forward and still repeat it today. But look at most 2020 and newer cars, and the numbers tell a different story. Modern automatics have 8, 9, or even 10 speeds, and many use lock-up torque converters or dual-clutch setups that limit slip. Some, like continuously variable transmissions from Nissan or Subaru, hold the engine right where it burns fuel most efficiently. A human driver with a stick and clutch just can't shift that precisely all the time. When you check EPA estimates for many cars, the automatic version often matches or beats the manual in city or highway ratings. So if you order a manual Volkswagen, Mazda, or similar car today, do it because you enjoy shifting and feel more connected to the drive. Counting on it to save you a meaningful amount of fuel over the automatic version is old thinking that doesn't match how current drivetrains are built. Trust me, this next one will shock you because it clashes with how many people grew up using their car. Myth number 2, shutting off and restarting the engine wastes more fuel than idling. People sit in drive-through lines and parking lots with the engine running for 10 or 15 minutes just to avoid turning the key again. The belief comes from older cars, where starters and batteries struggled with frequent restarts. Today's vehicles are different. Studies have shown that if your car will sit still for more than about 10 seconds, turning the engine off and then back on uses less fuel than letting it idle the whole time. Modern starters and batteries are designed with this in mind, and many newer models from Ford, GM, Toyota, and others come with automatic start-stop systems installed at the factory. Those systems can improve city fuel use by 3 to 8% by cutting the engine at stoplights and restarting when you lift your foot off the brake. That kind of gain adds up across a year of commuting. So if you're waiting at a long train crossing or sitting in a school pickup line, turning the engine off is an easy way to save some fuel instead of feeding an idling engine for no reason. Now we're at the biggest one, the myth that sends people to the more expensive station every single week. Myth number 1, gas from discount stations is bad for your engine and should always be avoided. Picture this, you're driving along, you see a small independent station that's 20 to 40 cents cheaper per gallon than the big brand 2 blocks away, and you hear a voice in your head say, better not risk it. Here's what's really going on. All gasoline in the United States has to meet minimum standards set by regulators, and much of it comes from the same pipelines and refineries before it's sent to different brands. The main difference between a big name and a smaller brand is the mix of additives they pour in at the terminal. Top-tier certified stations, which include names like Costco, Shell, and Chevron, add more detergents than the basic requirement. According to testing from AAA, these extra detergents lead to fewer deposits in the engine over thousands of miles when compared with non-top-tier gasoline. Here's the kicker. You don't have to pay the highest price per gallon to get those benefits. Many warehouse clubs and local chains carry top-tier fuel at some of the lowest prices in town. If you switch from a high-priced brand to a cheaper top-tier option and buy, say, 600 gallons of fuel a year, saving just 20 cents per gallon puts about $120 back in your wallet without giving up engine protection. Which of these myths did you still believe before watching this? Drop the number in the comments so we can see how many drivers were caught by the same ones. And if you want more straight-shooting car tips that save you real money on maintenance and fuel, hit subscribe, because we've got more videos coming on the simple features in your car that most people never use.